What's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? We have more Heroes of the Storm coming up, and this time it's actually not part of Enter the Storm or Road to BlizzCon. We have a ZOTAC Cup Monthly Final, and I thought that the final of that series or of the tournament would be pretty interesting to you, especially since we had a sick game. So get ready for some really nice action. Fnatic is playing in the best of 3 series against the Pirates in Pyjamas. Might be a nickname that you're familiar with, might not be. I'm not quite sure, but still, this team is pretty solid. They actually are on the way to qualify for the Road to BlizzCon final in Prague as well. At least they have a very good shot right now. And they've also, well, they've done really well in the recent past, let's just put it like that. It's a team that is kind of funny, at least I like the nickname quite a lot. So the Pirates, they're always trying to let their opponent walk the plank, as they put it. And today we're going to find out if they can take down Fnatic here. Our first match is going to be Khaldor, and Fnatic, of course, I mean, they live in the team house in Poznan in Poland now. And therefore they are quite, like, they have the opportunity to really practice a lot together and really get the harmony between the team going. For now, they are in a situation where they have a really nice draft for game number 1. They are relying on Khaldor and on Jaina, so it's the double mages here for them. They also have a Muradin together, actually a Leoric together with an Arthas, so a very nice front line here that they can use to take the opponents down. And we all know that all of those damage heroes that they currently have really work well on Khaldor, of course. Then again, when we're looking at the setup of the Pirates are running this with the Zagara, which is an amazing hero on Khaldor. With a Muradin and a Jaina, they have, sorry, a Johanna, they have a very, very sick front line here, and that definitely helps them to push the opponents back and also make sure that the back line keeps safe, and that is also going to help Falstad, who's the second damage dealer on the side of the Pirates. So a pretty nice draft for both of the teams here, and we're going to go into game number 1 on Khaldor between Fnatic and the Pirates to find out which team is going to take it here. The grand final of the ZOTAC Cup Monthly Final. Our best of 3 series starts off with a match on Khaldor. We have Fnatic going up against the Pirates in Pyjamas. Walk the plank, baby. And to the left side of the map it is currently Fnatic with Arthas played by Breeze. We have Wooby on Jaina, Manuel Malfurion, Kesil playing Kalthas, and Lowell currently on Leoric. And to the right side of the map it's the Pirates with Zeku on Muradin. Quacknix is playing this time Falstad, not Reyna. We see Smexy Style on Rhaegar, Super KG on Johanna, and Sypho on Zagara. And with the setup here, we have currently no commitment to a talent yet on the side of Muradin. He could of course go into the Reverberation build here quite easily, and we could also just like see him head straight into a full perfect Storm build, trying to get that extra damage on his arrow. And let's already a bit of aggression up here at the top. Look at Arthas trying to sneak in from behind and trying to do a bit of damage. So yeah, pretty well done here, but in this case without any consequences. Nobody dying just yet. We have a bit of a commitment here in the mid lane with 3 heroes, 4 heroes actually, trying to get a kill against Jaina. Wooby was very far out there, and it looks like they are going, yes, they get the kill. The lockdown against Johanna on the other hand, but it's not going to take a hero down. So, a lot of aggression in the early stages. Up at the top lane, already an attempt by Fnatic to maybe like wrap around and take a hero down, lock him down with Arthas, and then claim victory here with the damage thanks to Jaina. But it is the Pirates with the damage, and not only have they killed Jaina, but they also put a lot of pressure here on Leoric at the bot lane. We're seeing Arthas rotating over, and Leoric had to use the well already. So very aggressive play on the side of the Pirates, and that Howling Blast misses. They might still get the kill against Rhaegar, and yes they do. Too much slow with the Skeleton Swing and Wooby's Blizzard, so in this case they could not escape there, but still pretty well done actually. At this point we're having also no Regeneration Master, but block being used on Arthas. Most Arthas players just like switch between the 2 talents depending on the map and the situation. In this case they decided to go into block, and we're having, when it comes to talents, pretty standard talents here. Malfurion's extra damage against minions and mercenaries is being used, and now with all that slow and rude we have another kill against Johanna. So Breeze and Wooby, Team Frost is roaming the map right now. The 2 Sweets are doing pretty well here, and that's already the 2nd kill that they got. We have a slight lead in experience on the side of team of the Pirates, but that's only a matter of like when the waves are hitting the towers, not more than that. And it's going to be a pretty interesting early game here. I mean, the aggression that we saw from the Pirates at the start was pretty nice. But right now, where's Jaina? She's at the top lane already. Lowell moving in. He has reanimation taken on level 1. And it looks like Breeze is moving away for now. Lowell had the Wraith walk out of there. Destruction taken on level 4 as the talent. And we're having again Arcane Intellect taken. And still the... well, Fury is still with the potential inner weight. So Wooby, like Arcane Intellect taking it is just basically Wooby saying, hey, I'm not gonna get too much out of the snowstorm. Which I personally find a bit odd because there's a lot of small corridors that you have on the map. And if you have the extra radius, that really helps you to get in extra damage when it comes to the tribute fights. So I feel you can really capitalize on that. Nice hits here against Rhaegar again, and he dies. Breeze using his destruction trait, and we have again an attempt here with Power Throw and Vampiric Assault to see the ranged assassin on a bit of extra sustain. That's something that Quacknix did with his Reyna play on Tomb of the Spider Queen in the semi-final, but right now he's using that on Falstad as well. He's apparently really liking the talent, and especially since we of course saw now on level 4 talents like Gathering Power losing a bit of their importance in the last patch. It's a very solid choice and a pretty good option that you have here. Camp's now taken. Arthurs can make that happen quite easily. On level 7 with the Rune Tap, he can basically take any camp that he wants on his own, maybe with the exception of the boss camp there, where he usually still needs a bit of help. We're having now also Feral Heart taken for Rhaegar. And at this point, Lowell starts to go straight into the build with the Hardened Bones, where he's going to be very alone on the map and just like trying to push the lanes in and can always move away. Wooby is riding his money pick side saddle in style with Jaina. And in the mid lane here, Mane has now to face the music, aka an hard camp of the opponent. That Bruiser camp taken, but we still saw another one also claimed for Fnatic. As up to the top lane, it's still Kasil versus Cypher. So things calm down a little bit. We still have the tribute, first one taken by Fnatic, but from the roaming in the early stages of the match, things calm down a bit and the teams are more concerned about laning and getting experience in. But the objective appears on the map. Breeze already attempting to lock them down. Oh, he is blocked. It looked for a second like he might be, but they can get him back to safety. As now, it is an attempt on the side of the Pirates to get this first tribute. With Reverberation skilled for Muradin, and he went into 2 of his Stormbolt talents afterwards, going straight into the Sledgehammer and also the Piercing Bolt. Again, Ziku stunned out here. At the top lane, it is Lowell actually. Oh, yeah, he gets the kill in. Zagara dying. That is a bit weird here. We have all of a sudden Whoopi. Can he survive? It doesn't look like it. Nope, not even in this case. And Breeze might die now as well. It's a double kill that they get. So it's a 1 for 2, but Lowell was still able to deny that tribute to them. And during all that time, we had Kasil up at the top lane, starting to put in the pressure against this one. So it's a situation that is kind of annoying for the Pirates. Even though they were in a spot where they got 2 kills and also get the tribute, they still fall behind in experience because of it. So we have Lowell pushing in the bot lane. He forces all of those minions onto the towers, and that drains the ammunition, of course. Up at the top, finally the Siege Giant camp is now taken out, but that tower is already on half health and lost all of its ammunition now too. We have the Fission Bomb talent taken on the side of Khaldor, and in the mid lane there's the secret weapon for the auto attack damage. No Seasoned Marksman, by the way, on Falstad, so it's not really the blade style of play that we are seeing from the Meteor Makers player, but instead it's a bit of an adjustment that is being run here by Quacknix. Again, to the bot lane, there's the rotation happening. Breeze is in position. Level 10s are hitting now. And with the level 10s, we're seeing the March of the Black King. We're having them with not only Phoenix, but Tranquility. Arthur's most likely going to go into Syndragosa again. And now, after we've just seen Ring of Frost picked, he kind of has to. This is that lockdown combo that they've went for in a few of their previous games. They're going to try and lock down Ziku here, but they already know that he's just going to jump away. And now it's level 10 for both of the teams. Avatar, we have also Hinterland Blast taken in this case right now. There is the... Yes, that's the Frost and the kill against, yeah, not only Jaina, but also in this case Falstad. So 1 for 1, heroic abilities used for Fnatic, but they only get 1 kill in, and they lose one of their heroes in the process. We're having also now up at the top lane, at least for a second, there was apparently an attempt with the Phoenix to zone somebody out. Cypher is already going for the tribute. So... right now we have Cypher, yeah, claiming this one. Smexy style is going in for the heals, just securing that nobody is going to try and come around the corner to deny the tribute or cancel the channel. We have 2 tributes against 1 now in the, yeah, well, on the side of the Pirates. The Pirates are actually doing pretty well here when it comes to the objectives now. At the beginning they were, I don't want to say sloppy because they weren't really, but they weren't really successful in claiming them. But at this point they're doing quite well here. We also have another attack up at the boss up to the top lane. Yep, there we have the first one taken. Uncontested, by the way. Fnatic not really rotating over to do anything about it. in the bot lane. They are not in time to take their own boss. So that is awkward right now for Fnatic. This is a spot where they kind of have to keep at least 1 or 2 players up at the top to deal with the boss. At the same time, they can't take their boss at the bot lane. We are seeing the Pirates rotate heroes to the top that are good with pushing because they want to make sure that KSL is not going to have an easy time defending the boss, even though it's an early game boss. And there's also now at least a camp taken that will help a little bit with the defense, but not too much, since Quackness and Cypher are both really trying to take it on. The rest of the team is rotating down to the bot lane. Mena actually needs to be careful that he doesn't get locked down. The stun is there, and the kill potentially against, yes, Malfurion. That is a great start here for the Tribute when it comes to, oh, the lockdown. Wow, Whoopi now also dropped. The Pirates are going to claim a victory here at the Tribute fight, and this is going to bring them into a great spot. The boss taking down the top fort, and now the Tribute is going to end up in the hands of the Pirates. This is going to be a curse against Fnatic. Over here, the boss is already being attacked, and this is actually getting... this is nasty. I mean, this is getting really nasty right now. Super KG, Smexy style, and Ziku, they are in position. Quacknix, I mean... they can easily take that boss now. There's just no way to contest it, or is there? The level 13 talent is ready now for them as well, with the Giant Killer on false. That the rotation is happening, but the boss already claimed. Great Maw, denied. So, yeah, and even the stun in against 3 heroes. They're trying to lock down Smexy style now, as it's finally level 13 versus 13. Breeze is, of course, in a pretty good position with his... oh, no, what? Lowell just walking the wrong way, and he gets taken out now. That is bad news. The Frozen Tempest is great for Breeze when it comes down to take down the creep tumors of the opponent. But right now we are having the bot lane annihilated. This is another fort that was taken out. And Fnatic is falling behind. 7 kills against 5 at this point. Fnatic is in trouble. Lowell is even in more trouble. Needs to use his Wraith Walk right away. And does. But wow, he nearly died. Gets healed in the last second there though. But we have the attack still going strong. Going strong at the bot lane, where we now have also an attack against both of those towers. They're both dead, and Fnatic will have to defend the keep. The keep is going to take a bit of damage, not too much, since we're still 9 minutes in, so the boss is not that as strong as he could be in the later stages of the game. We're having new tributes appearing soon on the map. I mean, the curse just ended, but still, the mid lane now being attacked too. And so, just to sum it up, Fnatic with a decent start into the game, at the beginning at least. They were able to get a few kills in, with Jaina and Arthas roaming the map, but then we had the Pirates doing a whole lot of work, getting a great boss, sneaking that in. Fnatic completely oblivious to the attempt. And after that, a 3rd tribute was taken by the Pirates, and now they're all of a sudden ahead in experience, and they're really putting in the pressure. With level 13, of course, the Chain Bomb talent on Kel'Thas is going to really help them to bring some damage to the Pirates and let them walk the plank. But for now, Fnatic is behind. And they have to be careful with this one. Every single time that Whoopi was moving in with this Jaina to get a kill, they got the kill, but they lost the hero in the process as well. And a few of the moves that we saw from Fnatic was just like walking into a bush and face checking it, when there was nearly an entire team of the Pirates present to take them down. So the Pirates are very good when it comes to setting traps on the map at this point, and Fnatic is very good when it comes to walk into them. So we have at the bot lane now Lowell taking a bit of a different path, playing this a little bit safer and closer to home. But there's already Cypher starting to push them in. Currently level 16 versus level 15, and of course that's an extra talent that now the Pirates can rely upon. Another tribute should also be spawning on the map very soon. Tidal Wave, Stone Form taken, we have Hammer Time for... nice Phoenix, by the way. Hammer Time on the side of good old Falstad. And Falstad can always fly if need be. In this case, though, they don't really need to use that because the tribute is spawning up at the top. They should be able to get their... well, what are they actually going to do with this? They're rotating down, not quite sure why. They're apparently waiting for the camp to spawn here, making sure that nobody is in the vicinity to do anything about it. But yeah, so this is going to be at least a bruiser camp that they can get, and it's also going to give them level 16. Level 16 already taken, and now we are suddenly in a position where the teams can fight again. Level 16 versus level 16 talents, and that means that we're having a stone form. Arthas is now super tanky. He took a Relentless on 13 already, and that stone skin is going to help him out. We have one imposing presence for Lowell, who by the way went for the Crushing Hope on level 13. Pretty standard talent. Arcane Intellect now also making the Kissen's life a little bit easier, since he can now finally rely on that shield if he needs to. But the Tenacious Roots for additional lockdown. So when it comes to lockdown and control, we have a lot on the side of Fnatic, and they need to use that. They have the Skeleton Swing for the slow, they have the Frozen Tempest, Howling Blast, Tenacious Roots, Jaina in general with the Blizzard and all of her slow talents that she has, the Call of Cold. In this case, we're having Northern Exposure taken. So there's really a lot of talents that Fnatic has to control a team fight. But let's see how the Pirates are going to deal with this new situation. Now it's level 16 versus 16, and this is where it starts to count. Up at the top, we had Leoric apparently double check what's happening at the boss, but nobody moved over there. Leoric dodging that Storm Bolt. Not that it would have had any consequences in this case, but still. Nice dodge here. The bosses are up now, and Tribute number 2 is on the map again. So now we have them moving in. Kaiser needs to make sure that he does not face check into that gap. Breeze could try and do that, but well, there's a lot of banelings to consider as well. They're going for the roaches. Tribute is about to spawn. In the back line, Super KG is waiting to just rush in from behind. They lock them down here. A lot of damage. Smexis are catching the Tribute, and Fnatic is moving away. They just can't get the angle that they need. They are trying to move in, they're trying to take a fight, but they cannot get the angle that they really need to fight there. If they move into that particular corridor, it's more or less a death trap. There's very little they can do about that. That Hinterland Blast would have been instantaneously cast by Falstad, and then of course there's also the attempt of Johanna to just flank, move in from the side. And look at that, Cypher and Smexy style are going to try and take the boss here up at the top, and they're probably going to succeed. And it doesn't really look like Fnatic is prepared for that. Fnatic is currently busy with small camps on the map, a siege giant camp that is being taken here. But this one up here looking very good, and oh, there's the Tribute as well. That actually, if they get the boss in this case, and the boss pushes the top lane and they get the Tribute, that's going to be cursed. And it's very likely to happen because, yep, there they take the boss, they get it. And now Fnatic, if they waste time at the Tribute, the boss is going to go through the top and take down the keep or potentially drop it. And the longer they wait, that curse is going to hurt them even more. Here comes Syndragosa. They're moving in. They know that they have to. There's the Frost. Ah, the Ring of Frost already used, but they get the Tenacious Roots at least. Good hits here from Lowell with his March of the Black King. He's trying to go for Quacknix, and they get the kill against Falstad. They will catch the Tribute, and that's a super important one. They need to get this one, but in this case, it's again Johanna with a Shield Glare. They're still trying to buy time because they know that this boss is going to drop the keep if he has enough time, and it looks very much like that's going to happen. But Fnatic has to fight. If they don't, they're going to be cursed. They're going to be cursed. And again, Super KG with the Shield Glare. Will be really annoyed, trying to reposition himself, but we have to the left side. Super KG moving in again. They finally take the Tribute, and now they have to defend against the boss. But guess what? It's not going to matter anymore. They will be too late. This keep is going to fall. The keep falls, and they will of course take down the boss eventually, but in this case it doesn't matter since the keep is already gone. That's another lane pushing in against Fnatic, and they have to really win their fights now. They are an entire level behind at this point. 18 versus 19. The Pirates are starting off with a very strong start into this best of 3 series, at least thus far. They haven't won the game yet, but it's looking good for them. 2 Tributes against 2. The next Tribute could potentially decide the game here. Maybe not quite, since we're only 15 minutes in and the death timers are not really all the way up to 65 seconds. But it's still a very dangerous situation. This time it's Fnatic, on the other hand, that is at the Tribute spot sooner. So they are now finally in the spot where they can use their own setup for this one. And let's see if the Pirates are willing to engage into it. It looks like they are. They know that if the Tribute is captured by Fnatic, they will be cursed, and that might be the start of the comeback for Fnatic. Lowell, nice zoning here. Phoenix is good. They get the Tribute, and that's the curse. That's the curse, and down here, are they going to try and go for the boss, or what are they going to do? They couldn't push in against the Siege Giants and claim a fort, and taking a few structures down would definitely help them to close the gap in experience, because at this point, they haven't taken down a single fort yet. So this is going to be the first one, but it looks like we are just going to see the Pirates move into the mid lane and saying like, hey boys, if you really think that you can push our lane, think again, because we're going to force Drew back. So now we see again the vision spot taken. They were willing to move back, by the way, with a quick B, but they did not completely commit to it, at least not everybody. So Zico is moving down. They are attempting to go again for the boss, but with all the creep that we're having on the map, thanks to Zagara, it's very difficult for Fnatic to do anything without the position immediately being revealed. So, yeah, they couldn't really go for boss because they already realized that that might be a situation where the Pirates are going to attack them, and they have level 20. And that now gives us epic mounts. Nice. Epic mount for super fast rotations on the map thanks to Falstad. Rewind now for Muradin. a double Storm Shield against the damage that Kalthas can dish out with his chain bombs. And we're also seeing the Bolt of the Storm for Zagara to get out of dangerous situations. So very nice talents there. Fnatic has to play a very careful game, and the one thing that they're praying for now is that no tribute appears on the map until they are level 20. Yeah. Level 20 is going to be the talent that Fnatic is aiming for. Yeah, but it looks like they're trying to force the boss. They have the advantage now. They have level 20. It's an extra talent, and they're trying to use it by simply forcing the boss. But Falstad is up to the mid lane. He could have depushed the top lane, but he doesn't, and that means that we are most likely going to see the Siege Giants eventually take down that fort. Down here, though, there's a fight starting, and Kaysil is putting some pressure onto Johanna, but also Leoric attack needs to move away. Uh-oh, and goodbye, Leoric. They could potentially bring him back to life before the boss is taken, but there's no level 20. Ring of Frost already being used, and they're starting to move in against this. It's a 4 versus 5 without the level 20 talent. They're locking down Kaysil. Uh-oh, the Maw, that is trouble. The roots are used, but here comes the jump. Muradin cutting off the path of retreat, going straight for Breeze. He's already locked down, but Kaysil is the one to die. Arthas escapes for now, but the Pirates, they are going strong. They move in and they are about to take down the keep here. We have them with 5 men pushing back the bot lane. Of course, by now, Lowell at least is back. Level 20, gonna hit any second now, but it looks like this keep is going to drop before it does, and yes, it will. So 2 keeps dead now. Level 20 finally in the hands of Fnatic, and it allows them maybe to fight back here. But this is a very annoying situation. Another 30 seconds on Kalthas, and those 30 seconds, they won't be able to take team fights. Should not really move in too far. And again, the lockdown against Lowell. Only traps, like the Pirates play this so well. With the traps that they've been using all the time here, they've been able to just get advantage after advantage in this game. Whoopi heals himself once more. 10 more seconds until Kalthas is back to business, and they should really use those, because they need to make sure that Kalthas is going to arrive for the team fight. If he doesn't, then it is going to be a very, very painful battle for Fnatic once again. But we are not seeing the Pirates really committing to anything here. That creep spread, on the other hand, is absolutely phenomenal. I'm really loving it. It's great for them that they have vision on the map just constantly, and Zagara in the late game oftentimes does not really commit as much to creep tumors than before, but in this case you can really tell that Zagara is doing a great job with this. Sypho has creep everywhere, and they always know where Fnatic is, where they are moving towards. And again, the lockdown against Whoopi, and he's already dead. Wow. Fnatic currently rushing around the map like headless chickens. They get cursed. There's the Maw, and this could be game, as Malfurion is very likely to die. He is gone, and now they're starting to lock down Breeze and Kaysil. This is a lot of trouble for them right now. Falstad flying in. Breeze is on the run. If you can call what Arthas is doing running, he is dead, and this should be game. 50 seconds on Malfurion, 60 on Arthas. They are just simply walking through the map, and they're going for the keep. They are actually no, they go through the wall. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. They go through the wall and they go straight for core, and this should drop the first map into the hands of the Pirates in Pyjamas. Very well done here. Great game by them, and an epic start into the series for them. 12 kills against 6. Fnatic is defeated, at least here in Cursed Hollow. And let's find out if the Pirates are actually able to take this finally at the ZOTAC Cup Monthly Final. Great start for them. They take the 1-0 lead against Fnatic. And after the match here on Cursed Hollow. Who would have thought? The Pirates, they take it. They are in the lead in the best-of-3 series at the ZOTAC Cup Monthly Final. A great first game on Cursed Hollow between the two teams, but the Pirates, they are able to take Fnatic down. A bit unexpected there. Fnatic probably with a bit of a wake-up call. They need to win 2 in a row now if they want to be the victor of the tournament, if they want to take it here. They want to be the champions, and they have to make that happen. And they are trying to start this with a match or two with the Spider Queen, where they are running an Azmodan composition. Azmodan together with, in this case now, a Kalthas, and this is a pretty solid setup for them. They have a Leoric also for the stacking process, helping out Azmodan, and they're also running this with the Tyrael. But the Pirates, they secured themselves the Gara for the second time. They already used her quite well on Cursed Hollow. Now they're using her on a map like Tomb of the Spider Queen, where she's of course amazing. We have a Jaina in that setup as well, and together with that, goes a tank line consisting of Johanna and Arthur, so very solid, and also these guys can actually withstand a lot of damage from Asmodan later on in the game. So a very cool setup here for the two teams, and there's a lot of pressure certainly on Fnatic. Fnatic needs to be really careful because, well, they are behind. If they lose another map, then it's all over. And the Pirates, they are out for blood. So we are going to jump into game number 2 to find out if Fnatic can turn it around, if Fnatic has a chance to bring this into a third map, or if the Pirates take the second map win and claim themselves the championship here at the ZOTAC Cup Monthly Final. Game on, ladies! We have game number 2 in the best of 3 series here at the grand final of the ZOTAC Cup Monthly Final, and we're currently looking at Fnatic going up against the Pirates again. The Pirates are already in the lead. They won the last game, and now to the left side we have Fnatic down 1 game in the best of 3 with Lowell on Tyrael, Main on Uther, Kaysil on Asbrodan, we have Wubi playing Kalthas, and Breeze on Leoric. And to the right side, it's the Pirates, and currently they are playing with Smexy Style on Rhaegar. We have Super KG on Johanna, Quacknix on Jaina, and Cypher and Zagara with Ziku on Arthur. So Team Frost is playing for the Pirates this time. We're having them with a lot of lockdown. It's a very scary setup, especially in the early stage of the game when you have the roaming stage between the mid and the top lane. The Asmodan composition for Fnatic was successful for them in the game that they played against Team Pushek. Asmodan is riding his Hearthstone card, always such a happy panda when he can ride his mount. The hands spread to the side, and then he's just going whee, and he's super happy. I mean, just look at him, whee! That smile, oh my god, he's a happy panda. And also he's gonna get his stacks, and that is gonna make him even more happy. But this is the setup that we've been talking about, and oh boy, they really want him. Wow, the lockdown attempt, and Breeze is just walking through them, just saying like, yeah, alright, I got this. So they walk into the mid lane, and this is basically already showcasing exactly what I've been saying earlier, and what I'm actually a bit afraid of when we're going for this, because at this point we're having the Pirates with a very pressure heavy setup for the early game. Condemn, Howling Blast, Blizzard, all of that stuff is really going to put in the pressure. I mean, you can see how fast Breeze drops with his hit points here. So it's going to be very difficult for them to make this rotation happen between the mid and the top lane. And you can already tell exactly here why that is. There will always... There's the kill against the Auric. There's always going to be the attempt by Oh, and another rockdown. Ah, no, Mena gets away. There's always going to be the attempt on the side of the Pirates to screw with the rotation to make sure that Asmodan doesn't get his stacks in. And currently we're having Kaysil, when it comes to stacking, only on 30 of his stacks. 30 extra damage. That's not too bad. I mean, that's a decent start still, especially considering of how aggressive the opponent plays here. But it's still something where they have to be careful, because they need Leoric for this combo, and they need Wubi as well. So they are always trying to move into this gap, the Pirates that is, and try to lock them down. When they have already a solid leading experience thanks to the zoning, that has taken place here. The bot lane is where we're seeing Lowell under a lot of pressure, and I mean, just look at Cypher, he's able to push in this lane. The towers are already on half health, and we're seeing them out of ammunition too, so that is a big issue at this point. We're having Mena, Kaysil and Breeze now again starting to try to go for the rotation. Level 4 hits a bit faster. And yeah, the situation is really tricky. Fnatic is in... well, they are under a lot of pressure. Maybe not trouble, but it's definitely pressure against them. Whee! And boom. So, yep, Kaysil again on his Asbrodan, and he is going to try to get his stacks in. But this last globe completely missed. He was trying to take down, of course, Arthur's, but he didn't get him, and that is another globe that didn't really do anything for him. He's starting to get a few more stacks in. It's 44. It's going to make the stacking process even easier for him. But up here, Wubi is again under pressure. Needs to be careful. There is the lockdown. Can they go for Arthur's? And they cannot. Wubi, on the other hand, gets healed, but is still in trouble. But he moves away. Super KG realizes that he's going a bit too deep. Level 4 versus level 4. And again, on level 4, we are seeing that Envenom version on the side of Asmodan. Sin's Grasp. Very big cooldown, 100 seconds, but if you take down minions, you get a massive cooldown reduction, and that is where Asmodan, especially in the late game, can of course make extra profit on all of those talents that he has, especially the Globe of Annihilation, and really benefit on it. Once again, just moving around here, we're having Mano and Breeze in the mid lane, soaking the experience for the team, but they are an entire level behind already. Fnatic is 4 minutes into the game, a level behind their opponent, and that's also thanks to Zagara, who's currently getting attacked at the bot lane. Sypho rushing away, already realizing that it's not gonna matter. Sypho dies, but still, that wall is nearly broken. And we have now, as the additional talents, wow, a kill against Uther here. I love how aggressive the Pirates are. I really love how aggressive they are. They are just absolutely amazing with this. The setup that they've been able to draft here is incredible. They have so much lockdown and so much control, and they do what they have to do against an Azmodan composition. They try and control the early game, and they do it well. Breeze and Kazel are still getting in the stacks for Azmodan, but they know that this is a very tough thing to do right now. We have a lot of gems already turned in on the side of the Pirates and Pyjamas, and they're trying to get in even more. And a level lead allows them to control the map right now. The endless creep on Zagara is going to grant them even more vision than it already does. And now we have the team still starting to rotate. KSL over there is going to time it. Yep, and there he gets his kills in. So we have him at 110 stacks. I actually really like how well KSL is doing here. It just shows quite some skill on a hero if your opponent is putting this much pressure onto you in the early game and you're still able to get the stacks up. They are still in trouble. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like KSL stacks is just going to bring them magically back into the game in a second. But it's still a situation where it's not hopeless for them. If you are this far behind this early in the game on a map like Tomb of the Spider Queen, usually you know that this is going to be a rough game. But at least KSL's stacking process is currently giving them a chance in the later stage of the game to come back into this. The level 7 talents have now all been taken, except for, well, in this case Rhaegar, who apparently is going to wait for the later stages, for the heroics to be taken, so that he knows if he really has to go into a cleanse or not. The mid lane is being depushed right away, and up to the top we are already having the action as the Web Weaver is pushing in together with 3 heroes for the Pirates and Pyjamas. Wooby's trying to zone them as much as he can, but if he gets locked down, then he's in trouble. He's at least able for now to lift Ziku, and that was an important one. If he finds himself in the range of the Frozen Tempest, then he is most likely going to die here. So they don't take down a structure just yet, but still Tyrael has some trouble down to the bot lane. Sypho is still pushing this in very hard, and up here we have already KSL dishing out some extra damage against heroes. Ziku is still alive. Wow. Could not get the kill in there for the second time. Arthur's just barely surviving. Fnatic needs to win this. If they lose here, then they only come in second place at the ZOTAC Cup Monthly Final, and the Pirates will have won it all. For now, it's still them trying to defend as much as they can. They know that the later stage of the game is where they can shine. If Wooby hits his level 13, things are going to be much better for them. If they get the Black Pool, it's also going to help them a whole lot, and that's what they're aiming for right now. We have level 9 versus level 8. Again, the attack here. Again, the stacking process happening, and it's now 180 stacks for KSL. But up here at the top, still the rotation. Zico and Quarknix are waiting for any hero to appear here so that they can move in. Mene is the one who appears, and they are going to potentially get him. Oh, it's looking bad for him, but he moves away for now. We have still Breeze here. Needs to go into the Wraith Walk to rush away from this one. He has done 43 gems, but they can't turn them in. Their rogue abilities are ready. Syndragosa, Maw. We have the Water Elemental, Blessed Shield. Think about all these potential follow-ups for a Maw. A Maw against 3 heroes, Blessed Shield and Syndragosa. Follow it up, blocks everybody down. It's a dangerous situation that they are in. And now with level 10, we are seeing the Pirates already pushing straight in up at the top lane. Yeah, so far Johanna actually zoned them out in the middle, down here to the bot lane. It's a very similar picture. Lowell is about to forfeit that fort, since Sypho is just pushing him back the entire time. And let's just face it, Tyrael is not the best setup against Zagara here. There's a reason why Zagara is so good against heroes, or with lane push in general. Breeze, again, just doing his thing. They need to do it. They have no other choice. They need to make sure that they are just, like, staying alive for a little bit longer. Help Azmodan get the stacks together, get the damage in for the later stages, experience for level 13. Level 10 alone is going to help them, and they're going to get that in a second. In the mid lane, we're having, again, here are the 10s. March of the Black King, Divine Shield. It's a Black Pool. Azmodan gets the hit in, and also some extra damage against the heroes. Breeze is helping them out, and nice attempt to actually gravity lapse Johanna, but the Iron Skin trade being used just in time. Here comes also Judgment now, and with Judgment we're gonna see a lot of aggression potentially against a hero like Zagara. If you combo that with a good Globe of Annihilation, you can really do a whole lot of damage instantly against the hero. Still, Fnatic is struggling. They are still nearly 2 levels behind, and they are using Azmodan as much as they can right now to get that damage in that they so desperately need. Breeze with the lingering apparition is able to move away from these situations. They actually turned in. Breeze turned in, but look at how fast the Web Weaver is getting blown to pieces here. Whoopi has 23 gems on his own. He needs to be super careful. He's actually one of... him and Lowell are two of the heroes that have most of the gems that remain in the hands of Fnatic. And there's a rotation down to the bot lane. They are just trying to get rid of those creep tumors to diminish the vision that we are seeing for the Pirates. The stacking process at 266 damage points now for Azmodan. Down here, it's another Siege Giant camp that is getting attacked. And we're having Ziku attacked. He's getting jumped, and there comes all that damage that we've been talking about. And Arthas is dead. Arthas is dead, and they zone them away from the gems are still there. Very well done here. Great move. Super Cage is collecting the gems for now, but that's exactly what we've been talking about. Use that judgment, use that Globe of Annihilation at the same time and get that damage in. And they're trying to do that against Maxi style now. Level 13 is going to hit any second now though for the Pirates. And can Fnatic turn in again? It doesn't look like it's going to happen. The stun, good stun, and Lowell turns his gems in. At least those are the secure now. So they were able to get those in. That's an important part of it. Again, Azmodan going for the stacking up at the top lane. Hits another wave and hits it pretty hard. Those 13 talents are now ready for the Pirates in Pyjamas. And that is where we really have to make some plays. Against Maxi style in trouble. But Breeze moving away. We have also Cleanse now taken, by the way, on the side of Rega. In case that you were still wondering. Since there is, of course, Judgment in play now. Bot lane has to be depushed, and Lowell is trying to take care of it. As we are having Whoopi still waiting right over here. They go for it. They commit actually to the Bruiser camp, but the Red Web Weavers are now descending. So yeah, they are going to help them quite a bit over here. Breeze is still trying to whoosh them back for now. But the Web Weavers are going to be in play real soon. The big thing is, if you're playing with Azmodan, that you are not losing keeps. Don't lose keeps. You are usually opening you up to a lot of pressure in the early stage of the game, and you are willing to do that. You have to make sure that you're not losing any keeps, and it looks like the Pirates are going to try and push exactly that in. The top lane, that's where they are right now. And they disable the keep with Syndragosa. The keep can't do anything here, and they're walking through. They can go deep now and take these fights, and that's what they want. In comes the Globe of Annihilation. Where's that Phoenix? They already used it. Nope, there it is. Phoenix being used, but the keep is on half HP. And the Pirates, they're moving in. They know exactly what they have to do against this combo. Once again, the damage, but Quacknix attempting to use his Ice Book. Didn't use it in time, though. And the Web Weaver is still putting pressure onto the keep, and it looks very much like that might even be the end of it. But they're trying to go for a kill right now. Fnatic has nearly level 13. The keep is still alive, but for how much longer? 340 stacks on Azmodan. That's a fair amount. The mid lane Web Weaver has already been defended against, but down here the Globe is taking nearly the last few hit points of the last one remaining Web Weaver, but not all of them. They defend against the wave, but now it's the top lane that is being pressured, and it is an attempt for boss. And Breeze might be able to find out what's going on here, but the question is, can they rotate fast enough? Imposing Will, Shrink Ray, March of Sin, Chain Bomb, these are the talents that they really need, but they are not going to get that boss. They don't know what's going on, and the boss is going to drop the keep for sure. There's absolutely no taking it. No taking it whatsoever. They try to turn in, and yep, they will most likely make that happen. There's the turn-in completed, but the boss is now pushing the lane, and here comes the engagement with a Blessed Shield against Maynard and Whoopi. Syndragosa following it up. They're drawing straight for Uther. Uther is dead. They jump into takedown Arthas, and they actually get the kill here. The Maw isolates them, though, but it's a second kill as Lowell goes deep to take down Zagara. Well done here. Great play by Lowell, taking both of them out here together with the rest of the team. They secured themselves at least 2 kills versus 1, but they have to defend against the boss still, and Whoopi is currently taking care of it. They lost the keep, they already knew it would happen, and they're just trying to push in the lanes with the rest of the Web Weavers before the Pirates hit level 16. The more structures they can take down right now, the better they are positioned for the rest of the game, but at this point they're still an entire level behind, and there is the level 16 talent now for the Pirates in Pyjamas. We have them with the tidal waves, Holy Renewal, Numbing Blast, Stone Skin, and the talent on Zagara is of course Brood Expansion for the double Hunter Killer. Asmodan has 420 stacks right now, so a very solid stacking process for Kessel still. 13 minutes into the game, he's looking very strong still, but they are behind. They are behind in talent, they are behind a level, and they lost their first keep. And Fnatic, if they lose here, then it is all over for them. This is the last chance that they have to force a third map. If not, they come in second place at the ZOTAC Cup Monthly Final. Still a respectable result, but they want to win it all. They have high ambitions for the team, and here comes the Phoenix for the zoning. Another good globe hitting Zico and at least putting some pressure in. They need to keep them at bay, at least for now, and they are playing it a bit safer. They need to get the experience for the next level, and they will get it by dropping that wave in the mid lane, which is exactly what Breeze is currently trying to do. Needs to wraith walk away and does exactly that. There's another big hit by Asmodan, very close to level 16 now. Only 1-2 more minions, and then they're good. Breeze is low and in cooldown on the Wraith Walk. Divine Shield is being used, and they're being pushed back. One heroic ability again in cooldown, but they have their 16s, and that's the Arcane Barrier for Khaldor. It's going to help him a lot. We're also seeing another attack down to the bot lane. Well, Lowell is getting attacked. Oh, he loses 22 of their gems. And they still have 60. Still enough for a turn-in. Actually, it's Mena that moves to the bot lane. No, he doesn't get them. I was just about to say he tries to secure them for them, but it's a bit too late. Asmodan with the imposing presence on 16 now. So, yeah, he had the chance to go into a blood for blood, which is also quite common, but it's imposing presence for him. Holy ground now taken here too. And still the Pirates with a super aggressive play here and a lot of damage. They can always use Syndragosa again to disable a keep if they want to, if they want to go deep and dive it. And they've done that at the top lane, and they might do it in one of the other lanes as well. They have 51 gems that they can turn in, and that's of course another potential turn-in completed for them. 484 stacks now for Asmodan. He's exactly where he has to be when it comes to the stacking process. KSL is doing very well with that, but they are just losing too many structures. And those team fights, they are just not looking good. Level 16 versus 17, the same talent. This is the chance that Fnatic has to fight, but can they really do it? Because right now those Web Weavers are pushing in again, and the bot lane already attempted. There's Cypher again with just vision everywhere, and Zico is willing to sacrifice that Syndragosa just to disable one of the keeps. He's done it before and he will do it again. If he sees a chance to drop a keep, he's gonna go for it, and we will see it in a second. There it is, Syndragosa already used, the tower disabled, and so is the keep, and they move in with the Web Weavers. The Web Weavers are still going for it. This would be keep number 2. Phoenix being used, of course. They're trying to make sure that the Web Weaver wave is not going to drop another keep, but it is a hope in vain. Asmodan is on 500 stacks, but it does not matter now, does it? Keep number 2 is already gone, and immediately the Pirates are moving back. They can still rotate into the mid lane, but the last keep is remaining, and they are going through the wall here. It's nearly a 2-level lead that they're having right now. The Pirates with super solid play, and they are starting to take the wall. They lock down Breeze again and force him back, and the second Web Weaver wave up at the top is already threatening the core. Actually, the wave is even going for the keep in the mid lane, and this is where we are seeing the Pirates again with all the damage that they can drop out in a second. Nice hit here with the Globe of Annihilation, but the retreat already covered by another Howling Blast. Well done here by Zico. Arthur's coming through for his team at this point. Level 17 versus 19. They're trying to disengage here, and they're already moving away. They still have a few heroic abilities that they could use, Water Elemental being one of them. It is an attempt to at least turn in for now. Whoopi is actually the one who's trying to get rid of his gems. But there's another good hit. Fnatic, they need to get the Web Weaver wave. They need to get some damage in. They need to win a team fight. And it's not looking too pretty, to be honest. Breeze moves away. Here comes Syndragosa again, locking down Mena and Whoopi. Super KG just goes in. Arcane Barrier and Divine Shield used for him. But here comes the damage thanks to Khaldor. But it's not enough. Already used. Oh, nice kill against Sagara here to start things off. That could be exactly what they need. Kessel can maybe move in with another globe, and he does. Breeze already had to move away, but they're trying to go for Zico now. It's 5 kills against 4 in favor of Fnatic, but what does kills don't help you if you lose your keeps. And it's apparently another turnaround as the Pirates are moving in once more, but the hit, this time the Ice Block is in time. Great Ice Block here for Jaina. Once again the Gravity Labs being used here, but Zico is trying to deny them the turn-in. They need level 20. Once that happens, it's going to be so much easier for them. The double body block against Johanna, and they get the turn-in, but the Web Weaver wave is not completed yet. Breeze needs to turn in as well, and that's what he's trying to do. They're going straight for Johanna. A lot of damage already pushed in, and the Web Weavers are now finally set into motion. the blue team, Fnatic, they have another chance there. They have another shot. Those lanes are going to be de-pushed. The mid lane wave, that's the one that they can maybe push in. There's not a single keep that has fallen. If Fnatic would have just won one team fight, if they can win one team fight, they can drop these forts and get so much experience. That would really help them. But right now it looks like that level 20 talent on the side of the Pirates in Pyjamas is just going to be a bit too tough for them. They have no rewind on Rhaegar. It is a Storm Shield, very much respecting not only the Globe of Annihilation but also the Vision Bombs here. The Living Bomb build on Kel'Thas, double Storm Shield already, a Hardened Shield on Arthur's, and 2 Bolts of the Storm for the other heroes, for Zagara and Jaina. They're going to try and use these 20s to make sure that they have an opportunity. But up at the top lane, the deep push against the first Web Weaver. In the mid lane, they are trying to get experience, but Fnatic is still behind. They're still looking at level 18, well, maybe 19, but still, how does it matter? Once that we are seeing those Web Weavers defeated, it's potentially going to be another turn in for their opponent. And if the Pirates turn this in, then we all know what's going to happen. They're going to be pushed on 3 lanes, they're going to lose their last keep, and that would bring them to the brink of defeat. Right now, though, they have to go for a fight. They can't do anything else. They have to really fight for this one. 50 gems, I mean, so far there's not even enough gems available for the Pirates to really get a complete turn in. But they are getting closer and closer to make exactly that happen. They're not going to need too much time for that to be completed. So right now Fnatic is scrambling. They're trying to somehow get into position. But the Pirates, they just rush the mid lane and are saying like, alright, as long as you are trying to defend the turning point, we're going to put the damage in and goodbye keep. Here comes the attack though against Rhaegar. He has to heal himself if he wants to stop this, but he's down already. The Maw a bit too late, and now they're going straight for Breeze again. Breeze already moving away. Great hit against 2. Jaina and Zagara both dying in the same instant. Kaysil with all the damage that he needed. Is that the chance that they had, that they needed, that they were working for the entire time? Another hit against Super KG. If they get Jaina as well, they will be able to move in and take a few of the structures down. They're going straight for the tank on the front line. Level 20 versus level 20 at this point. They have the Hardened Shield, the double Bolt of the Storm. They're going deep for this one, and they get the Gravity Lapse in. They can go for the body block, and that's exactly what they do, and down goes Johanna. That's the time to go through the structures, and they are trying to do exactly that. Reverberation can now be taken. Redemption, and it has been chosen on the side of Uther. They can move in again. They don't have enough gems for a turn, but they're super close, only 2 missing, and they go for boss instead. This is maybe the time for a comeback. Fnatic got slaughtered in the entire earlier stage of the game, but now it's 20 versus 20. They do not have a keep anymore. There's no keep left. 20 gems is all that's left to the Pirates. They lost all the other gems that they had before, and this boss is absolutely uncontestable. They will lose even more structures now. A 21-minute boss at this point, and maybe Fnatic with the start of a comeback. No talent yet on the side of Leoric. Is he going to go for the Death March, or are we going to see something else instead? Death March would be an option, and they have to defend already. Asmodan with the damage, trying to get as much in as he possibly can. I mean, he's at 190,000 siege damage already. Kel'Thas at 91,000, 189,000, 192,000 siege damage by now for him. When it comes to the hero damage, 51,000. Asmodan is actually leading the charts right now. The boss up here at the top is already defeated. Didn't even take the fort. Wow! The Pirates with a great defense here. This game is not over yet, but Fnatic is in a lot of trouble, and they know it too. They get the Web Weavers. Again, they get another Web Weaver wave, and maybe the team fights now. 9 kills against 4. Fnatic is getting stronger and stronger. They're going to start the comeback here. The Web Weavers are going to help with the deep push. All of those walls already taken out, and there's actually not as much creep spread anymore on the map as there was before. So vision is going to be, I don't want to say a problem, but it's definitely going to be a little bit more trickier for the Pirates to find out where Fnatic is and where they will be approaching next. Good Phoenix for the zoning again. They're starting to push in the lanes. Fnatic, they want the comeback. They want the comeback. They have the Web Weavers push the lanes. It's a good T-push. It brings safety to their core. There's nothing happening in that regard. Again, Syndragosa being used. Nobody really locked down. Great hits here by Asmodan again. Hitting 3. Breeze moves in. Skeleton swing against Super KG. and they are trying to push the keep in now. They have to make some moves, and they know it already. Will be with another big chain bomb against the wave. KhaldorTV with the pressure, taking down only a catapult though, not really putting too much damage in, but they have most of their heroic abilities still alive. They could turn this around with the judgment. If they want to go in, they can. And LOL is just waiting. The black, we have at this point the Iron Skin on Super KG ready, possibly again. Over here, Web Weavers are still active. They want to drop at least one of the forts here. Every single piece of structures that they take down is going to be an important victory for them. The bot lane Web Weaver is still pushing in, but not for too much longer. The Web Weaver is going to do some damage here, might even be able to take down that fort, but they need to drop keeps. Who cares about forts 24 minutes into the game when you don't have a single one left? You need more than that. The Web Weavers are defeated, and they need 70 gems now for another Web Weaver wave. Good hit against Cypher here, very important hit. Healed up already by Smexy style, and they are rotating in again. Breeze is putting the pressure onto Super KG. We have on level 20 now the Death March taken indeed for Leoric, and Fnatic is still posturing around. They want to deny turn-ins. They want to make sure that there's no additional Web Weaver wave against them, because if that happens, they are in trouble, and they know that. Here comes Breeze again, going up against Super KG. They're trying to steal the camp away. Already Ziku with an attempt to use the Howling Blast to lock them down, but that doesn't happen. The camp claimed, and now can they move into the mid lane again? They need to win a win a fight, a team fight. If they can go for one team wipe, something like that, then they're going in a good position. But KhaldorTV again with a Globe of Annihilation, moving them in once, twice. At the same time, the push at the bot lane. They go in with the chain bombs and put a lot of pressure onto this wall. Fnatic, they still have the mana, they still have the sustain that they need, and they are just lingering around. They need to deep push these lanes on the other hand, and that's a problem. On the way back, they drop the fort quite easily at that, and Lowell already deep pushing the top. That's the chance for the Pirates to move into the map again, to maybe turn in 46 gems. That's what they have. It's not going to be enough, but it's a start. Breeze already turning in. He has 14, can move away. Wraith Walk being used. They're trying to chase him. Are we going to see Syndragosa in that corridor? No, we don't. This is like a great corridor if you want to try and use Syndragosa, but in this case it wouldn't have helped them. There was no follow-up. Turn in attempt. Bam! Globe of Annihilation already used, but 30 gems are turned in. They need 35 more. And over here they go straight again for another Bruiser camp. And that's what they need to do. De-push these lanes. If KhaldorTV could stack more than 500 stacks, he would probably already be at 1,000. 25 minutes into the game, and we are going straight for a potential kill against Arthurs. No, they don't follow it up yet. No judgments. They're not using anything right now. If they can drop Smexy style first, that would be amazing for them. He's the healer. If they can lock him down and get that kill, that's all that they need to do. Well, easier said than done, I suppose. At the top lane will be with more gems for the team. 18, 19 in total. Down here, Breeze is going to de-push the lane too. All of these waves are now pushing in. Every single lane. They don't have a keep anymore. And we have 52 gems turned in by the Pirates. They have what they need, or they will in a bit. Again, a nice hit here against Super KG, but not good enough. Here comes KhaldorTV again. Asmodan is still happy. Whee! Such a happy panda. On his Hearthstone card, he really, really likes to fly. Arms to the left, arms to the right, and again, a potential lockdown here. They need to fight. Fnatic knows that they can't allow a turn in. There would be too much pressure on these lanes. They could defend it. Potentially they could, but like, it's going to be tricky. Once again, they push the lanes back. They themselves have 56 gems. They have a turn-in. Fnatic has a completed turn-in. Oh, the attack against Breeze, and another big hit. KhaldorTV, as a former NBA player, he knows exactly when to throw these globes. And he is hitting, and he's hitting hard. Hitting those 3-pointers over and over again. Wubi with an attempted turn-in here. Ziku and Quacknix, they're starting to rotate. He's going to get them. 25 turned in, and they're still zoning. Now the lockdown against Breeze, but he starts to move in. He goes deep for this one. They're trying to go for Jaina. Oh, she blinks away. They're trying to go for Jaina, lock her down. Good hit, by the way. Quacknix nearly dying. Ancestral Healing hasn't been used yet. Once again, Zico, but Fnatic, they are on the move. They're pushing this in. They're really trying to win this game right now. They know that they have to make some moves, but the top lane is pushing against their core, and down here we're seeing the exact same picture. Can they turn in? If they get the full turn in, the Web Weavers will defend the lanes, and yes, they do. The blue Web Weavers are descending again, and Blizzard made it so that in this case, in the later stages of the game, the Web Weavers are starting to do a bit more damage, and they go straight for a kill against Jaina. There's the Ancestral Healing, but Jaina is dead. Jaina is dead, and oh my god, that is what Fnatic needed. Can they win the fight? They go for Zico. Zico is low. He uses his stone skin, and he gets just barely healed up in time before he dies. The Web Weavers are moving in, but Mane is extremely low right now. In the last second, he actually used his Divine Shield for Whoopi. Once again, Kaysil as Brodan with another hit, but this time he misses. Mane moving away just barely outside the reach of the Condemned. The Web Weavers are moving in once more. We have them actually moving through the middle. Wow, the Web Weavers spawned back at the core because the bot lane was pushed in this hard. Fnatic still has to go for it, and they will. They go in. Mana is so low, but the Tyrael Shield keeps him alive. They drop one of the important keeps, and they try to core it now. As long as Jaina isn't there, can they get the kill? If they get the kill against Rhaegar, Rhaegar is low. Rhaegar runs away. They go for a core. Zico is dead. They kill Zico. Fnatic, what the hell is happening here? What the hell is going on? Fnatic with a win. They take it. 29 minutes into the game, Fnatic turns it around. What a comeback. Unbelievable. Fnatic takes game number 2.
What a sick game on Tomb with the Spider Queen. Unbelievable that Fnatic was able to come back into this. They were dead to rights. I thought they were done. I really thought they were done. No keep left and your opponent is pushing in like that. You should lose the game. But somehow they defend over and over again. They push into the middle of the map and they take those 2 turn-in spots and never ever allow the Pirates to turn in again. One more turn-in would have probably resulted in Fnatic losing there. I mean, all the keeps were gone. If those lanes push in, Fnatic is in trouble. But they keep those turning spots. They fight tooth and nail, and they are able to turn the game around. I could believe it, seriously. It was one of the best comebacks that I've seen in a long time. Incredible performance by Fnatic here. They push it back, they gain the momentum, and you could really tell that the pressure screwed with the Pirates a little bit. They played such a solid game on map number 1. They played a great game in the first, I would say, like 70% of game number 2, but then suddenly they made a few mistakes, and Fnatic, they really believed in their victory, and they exploited every single one of them. Now the series is tied, and we go into game number 3, which will happen on Sky Temple, and we have in this case now Fnatic playing with an Arthas and Tyrael composition. They're running this with the Jaina, and as the second damage dealer, they this time have the Zagara, which also is of course going to give them some map control. Like, this is the last map right now, and both teams have to give it their all, and in the case of the Pirates in Pyjamas, we have them with the Kel'Thas and also a Falstad to work against that double tank line. It's going to be a sick game. It's going to be a really sick game. And guys, we're not going to waste any more time. Let's jump into game number 3 between the Pirates in Pyjamas and Fnatic.
Game on, game number 3, the final map, ladies and gentlemen. Fnatic versus the Pirates. We have the final map here at the ZOTAC Cup Monthly Final, the grand final, and we had an amazing comeback by Fnatic on the last game. I can't believe that they won that game. Absolutely insane. Right now, to the left side of the map, we see Fnatic with Lowell again on Tyrael. We're currently having Breeze on Arthas, Whoopi on Zagara, Mane playing Rhaegar, and Kaysil on Jaina. Looking to the right side of the map, it is their opponents, the Pirates, and the Pirates were angry. They started the map immediately, and we have Quacknix on Falstad, Zico on Anubarak, Smexistal on Uther, Siphon, Kel'Thas, and Super KG is playing Johanna here. So yeah, this game is going to determine which team takes the final, which team will be the victor. At the bot lane we actually see 2 heroes already in position to potentially take down Whoopi if he moves in too much. We're having an attempt to scout the bush out first, and Quacknix is already found out there. Over here in the middle we are seeing a bit of pressure against Johanna, and so far Fnatic actually really starting with a good setup there. So Right now, we are already seeing exactly that happening. We have Lol and Cypher starting to move in at the top against each other. Tyrael, of course, is going to try and make the same plays that he did in the last game. Those judgments were pretty spot on and usually followed up by damage immediately. Super KG and Mane are currently in the mid lane, pretty busy trying to push the lanes in, and especially when we're talking about the lightning shield, that's going to help Mane to push these lanes back at least a bit. Down to the bot lane, we currently still see Whoopi going up against 2, and there's a lot of pressure against him. I mean, at this point, Whoopi is of course the hero that will be parked on the bot lane for quite some time and use especially his Hunter Killer to push Quacknix back as much as he can. It's a lot of extra damage that you have in this case. As you can see right over here, it's Breeze and Kesel. They're trying to go for the top shrine right now. So at this point, it's an attempt to just like lock down the top temple, whereas the mid temple is claimed by team Pirates and Pyjamas. The Pirates here also on level 1 with the extended spikes. We've seen a lot of Regeneration Master on Nubarak, but in this case it's still the spike talent that they take. Oftentimes you even see Underking on level 4 taken for the extra range if you want to go really deep for a potential backline kill. At the bot lane, it looks like Quacknix was actually pressured back, and that's one of the biggest problems that you see as a false stat if you are up against the Hunter Killer, because there's just like so many problems with dodging these Hydras. Whoopi can push those in every single time, and that forces, in this case, now false stat back. They're not going to lose out on experience here, because false stat can simply fly back down in and then take experience here again. But over up to the top, we're seeing Lowell claiming the last few shots on the temple. In the middle, it's the same thing for them now as well. And both of the teams just playing this solid, at least for now. I mean, the later stages of the game are going to reveal then, especially on level 10, which team has the better composition here and the better rotations. But one of the big problems that happen in the early game, or can happen, is that you get like 1 or 2 kills in against you, and then all of a sudden your opponent takes a lead in talents when the bottom temple happens. This is actually like the biggest problem in general. When there's a single temple on the map and you are not able to contest it, then you have to try and play around it. Push in a lane, push in a fort. Oh, there's actually a potential kill already against Smexy style. And try to go for Uther, and there's actually a pretty good chance that they're going to get him. In this case, it's Zik who's suddenly getting body blocked completely, and they get a Nubarak instead, and it looks like Mane, well, he was thinking about moving in against Uther, but it's another kill against Kelthas. Wow! Fnatic, they get the last few shots on the temple in the mid lane, and they also drop 2 heroes. That's perfect for them. That's exactly the scenario that I was just talking about. If you are able to get a few kills in the early stages of the game, then you are in a position where you can easily make sure that you are getting a lead in experience, a lead in talents, and you are using that advantage to take one of those temples. And in this case, they're actually starting to roam through the map and take mercenary camps. So they could even move over with potentially level 7 and start to claim those 2. If they have vision on them, if maybe, for example, Whoopi moves over to just like get another creep 2 main so that they know when the camp is about to be taken, they can try and contest that. For now, Whoopi is going to push with the Siege Giants, and they are going to make his job so much easier. We see Feral Heart being used, Snowstorm in this case, for the temple fights on the side of Jaina. And again, the Vampiric Assault that Quacknix has already been utilized on most of his heroes thus far. But a lot of pressure at the bot lane here, quite well played, and well, that allows them to, of course, put more pressure on the rest of the lanes, since the rotation that the Pirates were forced into makes them abandon other lanes where, for example, Rhaegar can now try and push these waves into the tower. Once again, level 7 hits much faster. It's not quite a level lead, but it's there. And what are we going to see? Rune Tap was basically a given. Do we see Endless Creep? Yes, we do. We have Battle Momentum taken. Again, also the synergy between Regeneration Master and Amplified Healing for Tyrael. And up at the top lane, they are deep-pushing that Bruiser camp that was taken earlier. So Fnatic has a bit of momentum going for them, and they are very keen to use that. Mane and Super KG in the mid lane are currently just like trying to push here. Up at the top, there's currently, another potential play against the fort here. If they burst that down, and they move in with 3 and the Bruiser camp, so they can easily take that fort, and that is a lot of damage here already. Not only because the structure has fallen, because they got additional experience, no, it's also because now there are less targets for those shrines. Every single temple that you get is going to put the damage on the structures that really matter, the remaining ones. So on maps like this, Blackheart's Bay, Sky Temple, it's quite important to really eliminate as many of the structures as you possibly can without using the objectives, so get that you get a lead. the boss already triggered and helping out a bit with the attack there. Lowell is going to move away from this one, but you can really tell that it looks like we are going to see the temple being given up by the team. And they're not even going for it with everybody. They're just like going straight through the wall, putting additional pressure against the structures for the exact same reason that I just mentioned. The more you take down without even using the objective, the better your position in the game is going to be. And there's an attempt by the Pirates to push back the lanes. The problem that they're having is they can't really do anything in the mid lane here. There's still Lowell helping out. At the top lane, Quacknix is pushing this one back. But right now, the Pirates are losing a lot of their position here on the map. They're losing ground by the second. There's Legion of Beetles, Bed of Barbs being used, Fission Bomb for the start. But in the mid lane, Smexy style might even die. Well, he doesn't. But they are losing even more structures now over here. The bot lane has already been eliminated. Super KG is being pushed back. Level 10 is now ready for Team Fnatic. And that leaves them this time with Sanctification. Quite some time since I've seen that talent. I'm not really a fan of the new one, but maybe they can put it to some good use. I'm definitely a fan of talents being used that we haven't seen in quite some time. And to be honest with you, in the new patch at least, I haven't really seen a lot of Sanctification being utilized by teams. So I'm pretty excited to see how exactly they're going to use this one. We have also already more Syndragosa, and with Syndragosa they just disabled the fort in the mid lane, and all 5 of them are now there, dropping this one. So much pressure against the Pirates, I love it. Fnatic is just exploiting every single tiny window that they have. The level 10 is finally there now for their opponents with the Hinterland Blast, the Cocoon. We are having Blessed Shield. Pyroblast is not used, but instead it's the Phoenix again. Even with the changes to Pyroblast, the teams are not really willing to commit to it, at least not when it comes to competitive tournament matches. And the Divine Shield to round things off with Uther. Bree is already thinking about moving in here, but they shouldn't overextend. They have a lead, and now that they are on same talents, they need to be quite careful. They need to make sure that they are like not overextending, that they play this safe and sound, and currently that's exactly what Fnatic is doing. They took down every single fort on the map. Super important. They are the only team with forts still left, and they know that that is a massive advantage for them, but they need to make sure that they are keeping the advantage and they're not all of a sudden moving into a silly situation where they get locked down. Nice lockdown here against Zico, by the way. Good more, and even the Cocoon now being used on the side of the Pirates, but already eliminated. They are trying to get their kill in, and Fnatic not successful. Oh, the lockdown against Kel'Thas, but there is, of course, Cleanse ready for Smexy style. They're still chasing them, though, and especially that Water Elemental is locking them down, and the Divine Shield maybe gonna save Kel'Thas, but no, and they also get the lockdown against Quacknix. Double kill. Double kill for Fnatic. That's kill number 3 and number 4 in total, and they are moving straight into the mid lane again to drop even more structures. The temples are active, and there's 2 temples on the map now. We're having one in the mid lane and the other one down to the bot lane. On the way back, they drop another tower, or are about to at least. Great play here by Fnatic so far. They don't have the level 13 talent just yet, but it looks very much like they're going to get it soon. The rotation to the bot lane by Team Pirates in Pyjamas. But over here, it's going to drop the level 13 into the hands of Fnatic in a second. Fnatic had that incredible moment on Tomb of the Spider Queen where we were starting their comeback. And it's just absolutely insane that they are still in this final. It looked like the Pirates were the victors already. It really looked like the Pirates had it won. Like they had it won all up, and then Fnatic comes back. They don't have a single keep left and are still able to claim victory. Now in the mid lane, Lowell is claiming the last few shots on the temple. Fnatic moves down to the bot lane to also claim this one. They have the level 13 talent already, and that gives them a big lead in any potential team fight. Quacknix is desperately trying to get the experience here for his team and drop a few structures now. The bot lane is being pushed by the Siege Giants, but things are definitely looking bad right now. Lowell, is he going to jump in? Eldruin's might help him here, but he has it in cooldown still. And now with the bot lane about to be claimed. I mean, Mane still has a couple of shots that he needs to secure for his team, but they are already putting pressure straight at the bot lane here. And this is just a horrible situation for Team Pirates in Pyjamas. The Pirates are currently walking the plank, and the only question is, can they somehow get off it, or will they drop? Because at this point, they are so far behind in this game, it is just brutal. Fnatic has 4 kills, but they dropped every single fort in the game. They took the walls, they put pressure on the keep in the mid lane already, and maybe a team fight victory is what they need now. We have finally the chain bombs. That's Kel'Thas' chance to make a difference. The Maw doesn't hit anybody. Whoopi actually in this game, oh sorry, the Maw hit Johanna. Wooby was also cocooned. And here comes again Syndragosa locking down Khaldor, and they jump in for him. At least they try to. The water elemental is already following, slowing him down. And Lowell, is he going to go for it? Not quite yet. Hinterland Blast zoning them out for now and pushing them back. They ate quite a bit of damage with this one, so at least Falstad is helping them out here. But another attempt with the Howling Blast to lock down at least Smexy style, and they're turning things around again. They turn things around and they go straight in. Already we have Sanctification being used. A bit of a comfort zone that they have there where they can move back into if need be. A 2-level lead still on the side of Fnatic, and they are roaming through the map again to get additional camps taken. They get the Siege Giant camp over here, and the next temple phase is going to be announced soon. The only question at this point is, will Fnatic have level 16 talents when it happens or not? And from the looks of it, it's going to be the case, since they have still enough time. Even when the temples are announced, they have another 20-30 seconds until the temples are going to be active, and they are already closing in on the 16th talent. So with that happening, what exactly can the Pirates do? Nothing. Like, they will try and fight, of course, but it's tricky. Even the boss is an option, and that's actually also a option. That's also an option for the Pirates, since they could just move over and claim one of the temples, focus all their strength on it, or take the boss. One of these things. It looks like Fnatic is not willing to commit to that just yet. But they have the 16 talents now with a stone skin. After Relentless, the double Hunter Killer, thanks to the Brood expansion. They leave Maynard down here, and they're starting to rotate over there. But it looks like the Pirates are actually trying to fight. They want to make sure that the boss is not taken, I suppose. The problem is that with them wasting time here, while the temple is up at the bot lane, they are also giving up the temple or shots of the temple up at the top. And they have to do something. They're starting to rotate over, and Fnatic is most likely going to take the boss here. They at least can. And they're taking the Siege Giant camp first. There's an attempt by Quacknix to drop the fort in the mid lane, and he does. At the top lane, we're seeing a similar picture with a massive wave moving in. And Cypher, but the boss is now going to be attacked. Oh, there is a big problem. Wow, the entire Fnatic team actually dropping. That looks like a gaming house problem there. Okay, Lowell seems to be at home right now, so that is a big issue. Uh-oh. That is a really big issue. In case that you didn't know, Fnatic has a gaming house in Poland where all of the players usually are, but it looks like Lowell is actually not there. He went home for medical exam, as he just said, but that is a pretty big problem. So let's hope that the internet on the gaming house is going to be back in a second. I mean, for now, the situation for Fnatic could not be much better. They're going for the boss right over here. We're having to the right side, still super cagey, but that's more to really defeat against the Siege Giants than anything else. And up to the top lane, there's a massive push. So, at least for now, the Pirates are starting to come back into the game a bit. The problem still is that with this temple down here, the fort, the keep is going to fall. That means that the boss won't even have to go through the keep, but the boss is going to go straight for core, which doesn't really do much else than force the entire attention of Team Pirates in Pyjamas to the bot lane, I suppose. That opens up, of course, more space for Fnatic to move into the mid lane and drop keep number 2. And with 2 keeps down, or at least 2 keeps down, they can then later on claim temples and win the map with that. Quacknix in the mid lane was starting to put some pressure in against the wall right over here, and he's still going to try and do that. As a level 13 talents, by the way, we have a triple spell shield, and that's mostly because they are trying to make sure that Jaina is not going to wreck them in these fights. There's also now the Giant Killer to put a bit more pressure on the double tank line that we're seeing with Arthas and Tyrael. Personally, I'm really still not a big fan of the sanctification that has been used here by Tyrael. I still feel that with the judgment, they would have had probably a better chance to lock a target down even more after Arthas uses Syndragosa. But I guess it still works out for them. I'm curious to see if, like, in 2 or 3 weeks, Tyrael players are still using Sanctification. It was used before the patch hit, but then the patch changed it quite a bit, and it's just a little bit weird right now. That field is very, very small, and it just doesn't really feel like it's what you need in one of these fights. So right now we're having in the game still a situation where up at the top lane, at least for now, Zico is going to get his shots in from the temple. There's nothing that Fnatic can do about that, so they won't be able to move up to the top lane. They are back, by the way, so it looks very much like we're going to see the game resume in just a second. But this temple up here is going to fire the shots against the top wall, so they're going to go through the wall, and Fnatic will have to move back to defend against this this one. Kelthas is on the side of Team Pirates in Pyjamas. That's why he cannot simply just move in and drop that. So they will have to either use the Gara or they're going to use most likely Jaina for that. But for now, the bot is the bottom lane with the boss is still the most important part. I'm still wondering like if they could maybe rotate over. Smexy Style is currently on the way down to the bot. We have Kvaknix with the attempt to maybe fly in, but contesting this is going to be tricky because they are lacking the level 16 talent and not going to get it anytime soon. And without that 16 talent, what exactly can they do there? I don't think too much, because the 16 talent is going to bring a massive amount of, yeah, just not only sustainability, thanks to Stone Skin and thanks to the tidal waves, but also with Northern Exposure, a very great talent to drop a target even faster. So it looks like everything is ready once again. And yeah, we dropped for a second here, at least the Polish gaming house did. But we can now resume the game, I suppose. And then let's find out if they are able to take down 2 of the keeps. This is basically the best scenario for them, I feel. The temple takes down the first keep, then they focus onto the keep in the mid lane. I don't think that there are enough shots on the temple left to drop both of them just with the shots, but the boss alone should force the attention of Team Pirates in Pyjamas to the bot lane. So it looks like everybody is ready, and with that we're going to resume the game here and find out if it's actually going to happen this way, or maybe we're going to really see a fight over the boss even without the 16th talent on the side of the Pirates in Pyjamas. So I'm not 100% certain who's going to unpause the game, but apparently both of the teams are ready, and there we go. Zico with a 3-2-1, and here we go. So boss is being abandoned even. They're abandoning the boss and instead they are just rushing into the top lane to defend this because they're afraid that there's going to be a push against the keep. Actually not stupid. That's a pretty good move. The keep over here actually is falling. They're gonna lose it. They're gonna lose the second keep to the temple shots. Yep, it's gonna fall. 2 keeps down and the top lane defended. 16 versus 17. So it's not that 2-level lead anymore that we saw before. But still, with 2 keeps eliminated, it's a very, very nice move right now. So over here, Whoopi, Mene, Breeze and the rest of the boys are starting to move over there. Up to the top, where we still have a few shots left. Not 100% certain why Anubarak did not take those. That's like 5 more seconds that he needed there. So now the shots are also starting to attack the top lane again. A fight for the boss is risky. I'm very surprised that we're actually seeing an attempted commitment here, but Zico is already low. Super Cage is also losing hit points. They can't really fight here. Arthurs, is he going to go for Syndragosa? They have the heroics all up, and yep, there it is. Syndragosa is locking them down, and now they jump in right away against Kelthas, but Kelthas gets the Divine Shield, he moves away. We have already Iron Skin used, Ancestral Healing against Whoopi. Has the Maw in play though, and they drop Zico. On there goes Anubarak, and that is also the hopes of them really making a play here, because that boss is going to end up in the hands of Fnatic. In a 4 versus 5, you're not going to see them move in. This boss is going to be claimed. Whoopi is still there, zoning them out a little bit, and it's a 1.5 lead again. They're really trying to move in for this. They're trying to move on the spot. Good luck with that. Nice ice block here, and this is a 5 versus 4. The boss already used. Thanks to the Holy Ground, they pushed Johanna away. She dies now too, and with that, we're having the boss moving into the bot lane, and Fnatic, they are going to try and move in and finish the game. They can lock down maybe one of the heroes. If they can get a kill against Smexy Style or Cypher, they're going to do it. The Arcane Barrier used, but Smexy Style is dead. Dead and rights. He has no chance of moving away there, and that leaves them with a 5 versus 3, and the GG already called as the boss moves in. Fnatic, it looks like they really can take 2 games in a row after this incredible comeback on Tomb of the Spider Queen. It looks like they're going to be successful on Sky Temple as well. They move in for the victory, and the winner of the ZOTAC Cup Monthly Final is indeed Team Fnatic. Great plays here by them. Very well done. Congratulations to Fnatic taking the grand final with a 2-0 victory against the Pirates in Pyjamas.
And Fnatic, they do it. They take the game 2 maps in a row. They are successful and win both of them. And now on Sky Temple, they seal the deal. They are the champions of the ZOTAC Cup Monthly Final. They get the lead at Sky Temple, and this time they don't let it go. They push the Pirates back and take the victory. There was this one moment when all of a sudden, like, everybody that was in the team I was in Poznan disconnected, and that was a bit scary. That could have resulted in a very ugly situation, but thankfully the Pirates there with fair play. Fnatic is able to reconnect, and then the game continues. The Pirates, unfortunately for them, only come in second place, but still very solid performance here. They played at the ZOTAC Cup Monthly Final, and they were able to do very well. They came in second place out of 8 teams that qualified for the tournament, so we are definitely going to see them around a lot more. These guys have been around in the past, but they are quite strong, and they are, if they stabilize, then they will really be in a position where they can take some tournaments here. Fnatic, they got a bit of a wake-up call on map number 1, but they successfully focused and were able to win 2 in a row now, so congratulations to them. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the series. It was a pleasure casting. It was a lot of fun. And if you agree, then give the video a thumbs up on YouTube. And of course, if you want to see more content, then subscribe to KhaldorTV, hit that sub button. And yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in today. I'm going to see you next time with more Heroes of the Storm here on the channel, so have a great day, and see you then. Bye-bye.